Hello, welcome to all of you. How are you all? I hope you all are fine and you all are doing well and your preparation is going good. So today it is the IB initiative. Today we are taking the topic which are very famous and so many questions are come from this section is known as earthquake. Earthquake. So as already you all are know that what is my style. The style is what is earthquake. Firstly, we discuss what is earthquake. What is earthquake? And then we discuss how it will originate. How how it will originate. How it will originate. Then we also discuss the mechanism. The mechanism. Mechanism. And then we also discuss distribution distribution of earthquake belt. And then we also discuss how to measure the earthquake on a scale and what are the challenges. Okay, so let's start with the basic meaning of earthquake. What is earthquake in a basic or in a simple meaning? What is earthquake? Basically, in a simple term, earthquake is made up by two words. One is earth. Whenever we are using the term earth, it means we are talking about the plate. And whenever we are using the word plate, it means we are talking about the rock, or you can say that the solid surface, solid rock surface, or the block which floats on the asthenosphere. What is the means of asthenosphere? I presume that you all have the idea about the asthenosphere. Asthenosphere is known as, very famous name of asthenosphere is magma chamber. Is it okay? Magma chamber. तो whenever we are using the term earthquake, तो इसका मतलब क्या है? Earth, it means we are talking about the plate. And what is the definition of plate? In a simple form, the solid surface block, the solid block of surface which float on the asthenosphere. What is asthenosphere? It is a magma chamber which is below the, which is you can say that below the upper crust, lower crust, and uppermost part of the mantle. What is the means of quake? What is the means of quake? Quake का मतलब क्या है? The quake means shaking or the vibration, or you can say that vibration, shaking, and in the language of NCERT it is tremors. Earth is always shaking, but how this shaking is different from the normal shaking? It is a sudden shaking. One thing you have to remember, it is a sudden shaking. What is the means of sudden shaking? जैसे कोई चीज शॉक के फॉर्म में आ जाए आपके पास, मतलब आपकी लाइफ अच्छी चल रही हो और अचानक से कुछ आपको ऐसा इंफॉर्मेशन मिल जाए जिससे आप शॉक्ड हो जाए ना, सडन आपकी बॉडी में चेंज आ जाए। मतलब आप नॉर्मली चल रहे थे और किसी ने आपको पुश कर दिया और द वेलोसिटी ऑफ योर वॉकिंग इज इंक्रीजिंग, अचानक से आपकी स्पीड में इंक्रीज हो गई, तो कह रहा है अर्थक्वेक का मतलब क्या है? शेकिंग, वाइब्रेशन एंड ट्रिमोर। तो शेकिंग ऑफ द अर्थ, बट Which type of shaking? So remember the sudden shaking. Is it okay? Sudden shaking. So what is the simple definition of earthquake? The sudden shaking of the earth. Whenever we are using the term earth, it means you have to understand we talks about plate. Sudden shaking of a earth or sudden shaking of a plate is called earthquake. And then the question will arise, why earth is shaking? 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 Earth is shaking because of two reasons. Earth is shaking because of two factors. One factor is external factor. External factor. The factor which acts outside from the earth is known as external factor. And the second is internal factor. Internal. Internal factor. The factor which operates from the interior of the earth is known as internal factor. I hope that will clear. The shaking of the earth, why? Because the sudden energy are released from internal structure of the earth, which shakes, because you have to remember energy always release in the form of waves. So internal factor में, what is the internal factor of releasing the earthquake or shaking of the earth? One is volcano. The catastrophic division or the catastrophic movements, volcano, plate movement, hot spot, or you can call it the radio decaying. When the radioactive minerals are decaying within the earth's interior, is the amount of decaying materials are more than the shaking of the frequent amount of sudden energy has been released from the earth's interior. What is the external factor? External factor is like, the first factor is meteorites. Meteoritic collision. When the any outsider block the rocks, solid rock portion which enters into the atmosphere, Earth's atmosphere, and collided on the surface. Meteoric collision. The second one is the mining. Mining. Third one is deforestation. Deforest. Forestation. Deforestation. 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 These are also the external factors. Like one is reservoir dam induced earthquake, or you can say that reservoir induced earthquake. Reservoir induced earthquake, soil creeping, landslide, avalanches, the sudden shaking of the earth. All the external factors or the internal factors, all are the sudden factors, which are, you can say that they are responsible for the sudden shaking of the earth. Is it okay? I hope that will clear. And then we have to back to the synopsis, how it will originate. How it will originate? Because of sudden shaking, because of the energy which is released from the earth's internal structure. And these are the you can say that the causes, like the hotspot, the plate movement, the plate tectonic, the volcano, the radioactive decaying, and the external factors are meteorites, mining, deforestation, reservoir induced earthquake. And then we have to again go to the synopsis of mechanism. What is the mechanism? I want to tell you that how and what type of mechanism within the Earth's interior. This is our Earth. The energy firstly release the energy which is firstly released from the Earth's interior. It is known as focus. Focus is the point where the energy start releasing within the Earth's interior. It is known as hypo. It is also known as hypocenter. Hypocenter. And the minimum time lag or the minimum distance which travel by the P waves is known as epicenter. It is known as epicenter. Epicenter. It is known as epicenter. In the your examination, if the question will ask from कि what is epicenter, तो क्या बताओगे? In general books, the books are, you can say that कि written कि epicenter वो है जहां पर waves जल्दी पहुंच जाती है ना. Waves नहीं, only the P waves. The minimum time lag सबसे कम समय में जिस डिस्टेंस पे फोकस से पी वेव पहुंचती है उसी को बोलते हैं एपीसेंटर. इज इट ओके? वी ऑल आर नो दैट if the sudden energy released from the Earth's interior, the energy always travel in the form of waves. And there are two type of earthquake waves. One is body wave, and second one is surface wave. Got the point? Body waves are those waves which are generating within the Earth's interior is known as body wave. Body wave किसको बोलते हैं? The energy which are generating from the Earth's internal structure, that are known as body waves. And what is surface wave? The energy which are come from the body wave, it generates new set of energy near the surface, and surface, when the body waves come from the Earth's interior and it generates new set of energy near the surface, it is known as surface wave. Yes or not? Body wave on their velocity. Body wave have two types. Body wave have two types. One is P wave. On their velocity, there are two type of wave. One is P wave. P wave have a maximum velocity. The average velocity of P wave is 11 km per second. Is it okay? And it is called primary wave. Why it is called primary wave? Because its velocity. And the second is S wave. Why it is called secondary? Because the velocity of S wave is half of the P wave, 5.5 km per second. Is it okay? I hope that will fine. One remarkable change you have to understand, P wave is a longitudinal wave. P wave is a longitudinal wave. What is the means of longitudinal wave? The wave which are in the motion of, or you can say that the wave which are parallel to the energy. कैसे चलेगा भाई? Sound wave की तरह behave करता है. The P wave is behave like a sound wave. Propagation इसका कैसा होगा? What is the propagational path? कि भाई जिस तरफ एनर्जी चल रही है उसके पैरेलल ही ये चलेगा. इसको बोलते हैं P wave. And S wave behaves like a transverse wave. What is the means of transverse wave? And you can say that the S wave behave like a light wave. S wave behave like a लाइट वेव। ट्रांसवर्स वेव है, लाइट वेव है। ट्रांसफर वेव का मतलब क्या है कि एनर्जी अगर ऐसे चल रही है तो उसके परपेंडिकुलर चलेगा। एग्जाम्पल क्या वी हैव टू यूज इन अ रैंडम और द ऑफलाइन क्लास कि इफ यू हैव अ स्टोन एंड थ्रो ऑन द पॉन्ड्स, जैसे पॉन्ड में फेंके तो वेव ऐसे जनरेट हुई पैरेलल और परपेंडिकुलर टू द एनर्जी, तो ये है एस वेव। इज इट ओके? और बिकॉज ऑफ एस वेव behave like a, you can say that the path of S wave is एंटीक्लाइन और सिंक्लाइन ऐसा, तो इसमें डेविएशन जितना ज्यादा होगा उतना डिस्ट्रक्शन भी ज्यादा होगा, इसलिए एस वेव इज मोर डिस्ट्रक्टिव एज कंपेयर टू पी वेव। एस वेव इज मोर डिस्ट्रक्टिव एज कंपेयर टू पी वेव। ओके, नाउ again we are come to the point, what is focus, what is focus and what is epicenter, and then we have to discuss the distribution of earthquake. Before we are going to discuss the distribution of earthquake, one more thing I have to tell you, the diagram of earthquake waves. It is called focus and it is called epicenter. It is called epicenter. When P waves, what is the propagatory path of P wave? Like this, they are parallel to the energy. What is the propagational path? ये क्या है? साउंड वेव एनर्जी के पैरेलल चलता है, और एस वेव कैसा है? परपेंडिकुलर चल रहा है, लाइक दिस। इज इट ओके? आई होप दैट विल क्लियर। और जो सरफेस वेव है, व्हेन दीज वेव्स आर रीचिंग ऑन द सरफेस, तो पी वेव, वन मोर थिंग आई हैव टू एक्सप्लेन हियर इज द सरफेस वेव। सरफेस वेव, सरफेस वेव क्या है? तो कह रहे हैं when the P and S wave are reaching on the surface, it generates new set of energy। जैसे मान लो कोई आदमी चल रहा था, उसको किसी ने पुश कर दिया, तो जब पुश कर दोगे तो वो उसका स्पीड बढ़ जाएगा, ठीक ना? तो कह रहे हैं कि वैसे भी प्लेट्स आर इन द मोशन, when the P waves are releasing, when the S waves are releasing, when they reach on the surface, near the surface, they generates new sets of energy। किसी को पुश कर दिया, किसी को मोटिवेट कर दिया, तो न्यू सेट ऑफ एनर्जी जनरेट हो गई, उसी को बोल रहे हैं सरफेस वेव। एंड सरफेस वेव बिहेव लाइक P waves। when the surface wave behave like a P wave, it is known as Rayleigh wave, Rayleigh wave। and the when the surface wave behave like a S wave, it is known as love wave। and we all know that love is more destructive, and that is why in your examination, if examiner or the board ask from you कि which waves are most destructive, तो बोलोगे love wave। is it okay? and then we are going to discuss the depth of types of depth or focus, the types of depth of focus, the types of depth of focus। फोकस का कितने टाइप का डेप्थ होता है? टाइप्स ऑफ डेप्थ ऑफ फोकस, देयर आर थ्री टाइप्स ऑफ, मेनली देयर आर थ्री टाइप ऑफ डेप्थ। वन इज shallow depth, shallow depth। one more thing I have to remind you all, more the shallow the depth of earthquake, more the earthquake is destructive। जितना कम shallow depth पे earthquake होगा उतना ये destructive होगा, क्योंकि इतना कम एनर्जी इसकी लॉस होगी अर्थ के बॉडी से निकलने में, ठीक? shallow depth is between 0 to 10 kilometer। and the second one is, and this shallow depth is also known as foci depth। and the second one is intermediate, intermediate, intermediate depth। the depth which is between 35 to 400 kilometer. And the third one is plutonic. 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 It is below the 400 to 700 kilometer. And as we have previously mentioned that the more the deeper the earthquake, the less destruction that can create. Okay, I hope that will clear you all. And then again we have back to our synopsis, distribution of earthquake. The distribution of earthquake is, we have to look at on the map. Earthquake, the belt is, you can say that, confined or concentrated on those areas where the plates are colliding. Here you all are know that it is a circum-Pacific belt. Circum-Pacific belt have 63% of total number of earthquake on the earth surface. Because why circum-Pacific belt is more prone to the more severe to the earthquake? Because the plates are colliding. It is a convergent plate boundary. Is it okay? And this is all the circum-Pacific belt. It is a circum-Pacific belt. If someone is asking from you why the circum-Pacific belt is more prone to the severeness of earthquake, then you have to tell in a single word कि भाई it is a plate convergent boundary surrounding all the margins of the Pacific Ocean. There is a continental, or you can say that the convergent plate boundaries. Take the second, the distribution of the earthquake is the mid-continental belt. What I have to use? Mid-continental belt. What is the means of mid-continental belt? As I have to mention so many times, geography itself tells the meanings of mid, center, continental, margin, continental belt, mid-continental. This is the African continent. This is the Eurasian continent. This is the Indian plate. This is the Eurasian plate. The boundary between the mid part, the boundary, the transition, the convergent zone is called mid-continental. तो यहाँ भी plates टकरा रही हैं. When both the plates are converging, because of plates are converging, it will release the so much amount of energy in the form of waves which shocks the earth. इसमें कितना आ रहा है? 21%. And the third belt is mid-Atlantic belt, where the plates are diverging. It is approx 13%. And less than 1%, less than, नोट करके लिख लेना आप लोग, less than 1% earthquake occurs on those area where earthquakes are not, you can say that, the consider on, like तमिलनाडु. मान लो कभी यहाँ आ गया तो 1% उसमें रख लेते हैं. ईस्ट अफ्रीकन रिफ्ट वैली में भी अर्थक्वेक आता था, बिकॉज सम साइंटिस्ट आर सेइंग दैट इट इज अ प्लेट डाइवर्जन बाउंड्री. ये भी देख लेते हैं. फिर हम लोग कहाँ चल रहे हैं भाई? नाउ वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस टाइप्स ऑफ स्केल. When we have to discuss the type of scale, it is a most important in my point of view. This most of the question come from scale. There are two type of scale. There are two type of scale to measure the earthquake. One is based on intensity. Intensity. Whenever we are measuring earthquake on the basis of loss of the observational, डायरेक्ट ऑब्जर्वेशनल से अगर लॉस को देख रहे हैं, और इंटेंसिटी से, when we measure the earthquake on the basis of intensity of earthquake, it is measured by Mercalli scale. Mercalli scale. It is the name of scientists. Don't fear with the name. And if we measure the earthquake on the basis of magnitude, magnitude. What is the means of magnitude? How much amount of energy, how much how much amount of how much amount of energy release from release from earth's interior earth's interior. How much amount of energy release from earth's interior? तो ये तो कोई नहीं जानता कि how much amount of energy release from the earth's interior. On the basis of magnitude, it is measured on reactor scale, and it is open-ended scale. One more thing you have to remember, it is open-ended scale. Why it is open-ended scale? Why it is open-ended scale? Because nobody have idea and nobody can claim that ki how much amount of energy released from earth's interior, and how you can say that ki in which depth, how much amount of energy released from earth interior in which depth, किस depth से कितनी energy निकलेगी, ये बात किसी को पता नहीं है. And that is why the reactor scale is open ended and the scale is between 0 to 9. And when the earthquake measured by intensity or the loss on the outer surface, इंटेंसिटी क्या होता है कि जो नुकसान दिख रहा है सामने ऑन द सरफेस, जो दिख रहा है उसको मर्केली स्केल पे कर रहे हैं. तो मर्केली स्केल इज अ क्लोज्ड एंडेड स्केल. इट इज अ क्लोज एंडेड स्केल, and it is between 0 to 12. And one more thing I have to add here is that the previous on the previous scale the energy is 10 time, the magnitude is 10 time more, 10 multiply 10, then we have to consider on second Richter scale. क्या कह रहा है? जैसे पिछला जो Richter scale पे मैग्नीट्यूड पे एंड जिस भी स्पीड से है, सपोज दैट कि इसका स्पीड 10 किलोमीटर पर आवर रहा है, तो इससे 10 टाइम मोर 100 किलोमीटर पर आवर पे अगर दूसरी बार अर्थक्वेक आएगा, तभी हम इसको कहेंगे कि ये 2 रिएक्टर स्केल पे आया है. एंड एनर्जी इज मोर देन 32 टाइम्स. ये याद रखना है, एनर्जी इज मोर देन 32 टाइम्स. Okay, I hope that you all are enjoying this video. It is a very short video for you. You have to analyze these type of simplest topics which are give you the coherent knowledge about your earthquake, and this topic is also important for prelims as well. Thank you so much, and go and enjoy.